Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are. Welcome to my series in song and story. This is number 8, and so the pandemic continues. We're into the middle of May, or close enough to the middle of May now. I think there's possibly a light at the end of the tunnel. A lot of people are relaxing their measures, and let's see how that works out. But we've been blessed here in Georgia with a beautiful, beautiful spring, and the weather's been very nice. Spoke with my sister Breda at home today in Ireland, and apparently the weather back there is nice. So there is something to be thankful for. Now, once again, continuing with songs. I don't sing that often. I did have the good fortune to record this song, and I've loved this song for a long, long time. Written by American poet and songwriter Rod McKuen. He died in 2015. Quite an enigmatic figure. Wrote volumes and volumes of poetry and songs. This particular song was recorded both by Johnny Cash and by Frank Sinatra. And again, the imagery is beautiful to me in this song. Love's been good to me. I have been a rover, I have walked alone, hiked 100 highways, never found a home. Still and all I'm happy, the reason is you see, once in a while along the way, love's been good to me. There was a girl in Denver before the summer storm. Oh, her eyes were tender, and oh, her arms were warm. She could smile away the thunder, kiss away the rain. Even though she's gone away, you won't hear me complain. I have been a rover, I have walked alone, hiked 100 highways, never found a home. Still and all I'm happy, the reason is you see, once in a while along the way, love's been good to me. There was a girl in Portland before the winter chill. We used to go a-courting along October Hill. She could laugh away the dark clouds, cry away the snow. Seems like only yesterday, as down the road we go. I have been a rover, I have walked alone, hiked 100 highways, never found a home. Still and all I'm happy, the reason is you see, once in a while along the way, love's been good to me. Once in a while along the way, love's been good to me. Nice song, pretty song. Love's been good to me. As always, let's offer up a toast, hopefully to the end of this particular self-quarantining and social spacing and isolation, and to this pandemic. Cheers. This is a song that comes from way back in the 90s, and for some unknown reason I've always had an interest and a fixation with royalty, the British royalty and other royalties around the world, both present and past. And I found myself astonished back in the 90s at my reaction to the death of Princess Diana. I don't know why, or I felt so sad with the whole thing, but I did. And I was playing down in Jacksonville in Florida on the night that the princess was killed. And in the days after, I, like millions of others, I was glued to the TV set. And then I wondered, when certain people have a certain notoriety or celebrity, we tend to fixate and focus on them a lot. And I thought, well, on the night that this woman died, thousands upon thousands of other people died, passed on, unsung, unknown, and unwritten about in history books. And so it is today, and so it was in the past. But from that kind of thought came this particular song. I suppose it's a dark song, but even with this ongoing pandemic, we've had people who are passing, who probably are passing before their time. But such is life. The song is called The Passing. Candles burning, lighting up the night. Another soul passes around twilight. A crowd is gathered in silent prayer to guide her soul to that great somewhere, someplace dark with no one around. Body naked lying on the ground. No one to pray, no one to try. A nameless soul reaches to the sky. So it was, so it is, and so it always will be. It's called the light, it's called the hope, it's called eternity. The passing, the passing. A worried face, what can we do? Doctor answers, we must wait this through. One gentle tear, one final smile. Another soul flies out into the night. And so it was, and so it is, and so it always will be. It's called the light, it's called the hope, it's called eternity. The passing, the passing. Flashing lights, a worried look, silence shattered by a speeding truck. No time to move, no time to try, no time to even stop and say goodbye. And so it was, and so it is, and so it always will be. It's called the light, it's called the hope, it's called eternity. It's called the light, it's called the hope, it's called eternity. The passing, the passing. Called Passing from the early 90s. Dark. Here's a great song that I thought was part of the Newfoundland, Canadian Newfoundland tradition. And I'd come to research the song. The song was written in 1877 by a man named Bobby Newcomb from Cincinnati, Ohio. But by the early part of the 20th century, the song was firmly ensconced in the folk tradition in Newfoundland. And again, for years I thought this was a Newfie song. So I'll finish off this particular session in song and story. Probably not as much story tonight as a song, but that's neither here nor there. There was a great version of this recorded by, I think, Mary Black and Maura O'Connell, perhaps Dolores Keane. It's called The Sweet Forget-Me-Nots. It's a great old waltz, you know. Fancy brings a thought to mind of a flower bright and fair. Its grace and beauty both combine to make a jewel more rare. Just like a maiden that I know once shared my happy lot. She whispered when we parted last, oh, you forget me not. We met, I really don't know where, but still it's just the same. For love grows in a city street as well as in our lane. I gently clasped her tiny hand, one glance at me she shot. She dropped a flower, I picked it up, 'twas a sweet forget-me-not. She's graceful and she's charming like the lilies in the pond. Time is flying swiftly by, of her I am so fond. The roses and the daisies are blooming around the spot where she parted, and she whispered, you'll forget me not. A happy time when something that I said caused her lips to murmur yes. Shortly we were wed. There is a cottage down the lane and a tiny garden plot where grows a flower I know so well. It's a sweet forget-me-not. She's graceful and charming like the lilies in the pond. Time is flying quickly by, of her I am so fond. the roses and the daisies, they're blooming round the spots where we parted when she whispered, "You'll forget me not." Oh, she's graceful and charming like the lilies in the pond. Time is flying quickly by, of her I am so fond. The roses and the daisies, they're blooming round the spots where she parted when she whispered, "You'll forget me not." Where we parted when she whispered, "You'll forget me not." The sweet forget-me-nots. Thank you very much for joining me for these last few minutes. Good night and God bless. Stay safe.